Well, good day, my lords, my ladies. Welcome back to Gifford's Rope Walk. Today, I am going to spin some yarn. When we started making rope, we would go straight out of the skein. There are two types of yarns off of a skein. This guy right here, Red Heart, usually gives us right here. See this pretty picture? It says on this side of the skein the yarn comes from the outside, but from this side of the skein comes from the inside. I call that inside one the belly button, just like that. But not all of them have an indicator, and then half of them it's missing, so we got to go digging for it. But what we do is we pick the two colors, we'd put them in a bag, and then we would just pull the yarn out as we would need it, and we would just make the rope that way. But what happens is as you pull the center part of the yarn out, the skein starts to squash onto itself and it pinches the yarn. So as you're pulling it out, chunks will come out and they're in this figure eight inside of the skein. So as you pull them out, they come out in knots. So what we do is we use this spinner here, also known as a cake spinner, and we spin the yarn into pretty cakes like this, if you've seen pictures of our rope walk. And then when we pull the rope or the string, it comes straight out of the middle, just like this one, but as the middle comes out, the outside just shrinks and it doesn't come out into a knot. So it makes these pretty cakes. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to take all of these yarns and we're going to put on some music and speed watch me spin some yarn. You can see how we do it, and we'll get some pictures of the back room and show you the shelves of all the yarn. But this is how we get it. We try to buy it in discounts or wherever we can get it, and then we spin away. So a lot of times what I'll do is I'll put this on the floor. Okay, and then we'll load up one side, load up the keep spinning. But I wanted to show you what I do. We spin all of these so that they can sit in that cake stand that I made, and then the yarns come straight up. They go through the holes in the cake stand, and then the cakes stay nice and neat. They do eventually collapse, but we can use them all the way up to the end. And then if I've got little bitsy leftovers, then I spin them together and I use those as my demonstration yarns. So I might have one of these that have 4 or 5 different light colors and 2, 3 or 4 different dark colors, and I'll use all the leftovers for my test skeins. But that's how I do it. I'll show you some pictures. But I do a lot of spinning. This is really monotonous, so I'll kick on some music or kick on a show and just spin away until my arm about falls off. But it still is kind of fun. These end up looking kind of like pineapples. I like the pattern on there, is pretty neat as it spins up. So thanks for watching, folks. I hope you all have a great day.